is good, Lone? How are you, my boy? We're gonna do one of these, I cannot wait to hear what I forget. Goddamn, I forget what the name is called. But that game that we were both interested in. And then I kind of, man, time got away from me as it does. I have to do quiet now. Goddamn, you ever have a speaker that you can't find that sweet spot? It's like you just tap the trigger a little bit or the knob a little bit, and then it starts blaring at you, and you're like, "What the fuck? I didn't touch any of it." Also, I still haven't found that mouse that I was trying to find. That way we can actually stream and click around. So probably not another meme stream, but like no memes as far as the goddamn, what's it called? The thing. We usually jumped in and did the one thing. This is good. We'll jump in here. That's looped. No, it's not good. Oh, I just thought of that. That's dumb. There we go. That works good. Alright, that's going. Eternal Night. That's what it's called. Lone. Alright, I'm going to hit go and then quickly run to the place and hope that it's gonna be okay. And boom, boom. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Give me 1 second. I forgot to go live on Twitch. Never mind. Shit. And boom. Oh, Twitch doesn't get a cute like, hey, we're stramming type thing. Kinda lame. Sorry, Twitch. Love you. All that. All right. Is that thing working that I made? It maybe is. I don't know. Why does it work here and not at the other place? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Hopefully good. It is the holiday season. Is it just me, or does it feel like it's not even a thing? You know, I keep saying this every year. Maybe it's just me. It's not me. I know it's, every time I bring it up, everyone agrees. Man, I feel like I'm fishing for agreement. Anyways, point is by God, dude, there is, as time goes on, as we get older and older and older, everything just keeps moving faster and faster and faster. And it's like, I think it's because like most people when they're old, they're like, you'll be so grateful for the days you had. But it's like when you're young, you're like, yeah, but it's moving so slowly. But when you get older, it's just like a game that keeps taking down and faster and faster and faster. And anywho, ladies and gentlemen, an existential crisis aside, how was your day, week, and etc.? How was your holiday season? What are you guys getting up to in the holidays? You guys do anything special? Man, I can't wait to play this game. Also, that looks fun. It's so fun to meet all these different kind of eccentric characters. Anywho, Panda says, "What's up, bitches, bros, and non-binary?" What's good, Panda? Coming in with that energy to fucking drill through a wall, okay? But what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Probably was a lie, but I can't think what it's called. Anyways, I'll send you the link to. Yeah, I can't wait to see the one video, the Eternal Night video. I'm sure it's gonna be fire, dude. I just maybe possibly kind of wrapped up the video, that I was editing. It's basically a Bone Lab video. It is the first Bone Lab video in our bucket, essentially. For those guys don't know, a couple of weeks back, I ended up making. I want to streamline things to like know exactly what we're doing and who we're trying to satisfy and like who we're aiming for and all that kind of stuff. Just like content creation things. Anyways, but one of the things was basically I found it really interesting that constantly when I'm playing VR games and when you're modding games in general. And when you're VR modding games, the one thing that is hilarious and really endearing and also kind of is just how much risque mods there are, or mods that are like the most specific thing you could ever imagine, like not just this, but this with this and this, and you're like, who? Man, when people can make whatever they want, they have very specific tastes and interests. And to me, that is really interesting to explore. I've always found that fascinating with the people. And this is basically a long-winded way of me saying that the bucket that I finally made the first video for is the bucket where we're basically going to start making videos exploring the risque-ish stuff as much as I can get away with, of course. Also, I don't want to become a channel that's like trying to clickbait you with booba, essentially. But I do find, I think it'd be cool to explore, for instance, like especially in VR chat and all these things, like the furry community is popping off in a crazy way. And I've never I find it interesting of what's going on in this whole sphere, and of course it's different for everybody, but even just to understand people, to me, is really interesting. So, anyways, the first video is done that I made of the series. I gotta upload it, edit a thumbnail together, and things like that. But hopefully it's fun. It turned out, I made sure to have fun. That's like the goal. The goal is not to, like, especially with that kind of series, it's really easy to like vilify people who have a very specific interest. I don't want to do that. Instead, I want to actually make it so that people can feel like they're kind of being looked at or understood in a way. I think that's good. But yes. Lone says, surprisingly, one of the videos I uploaded has 61 views. Dude, Lone, that does not surprise me in the slightest. One, no one is covering that game. I've heard nobody cover that game. You were like exactly in the position I was with Let It Die. The thing that it, like, for instance, people could argue that I'm in the same position with VR, where there's just not like that much people talking about it. Like, there's not a Let's Play of Arizona Sunshine, or if it is, it's not. It doesn't look. Well, I shouldn't say it this way, but I think my setup and my like way of adding stabilization and my editing tricks with color correction, I think I can make my video look pretty crisp compared to other people. But I don't think it really counts in the same way for VR wise, because I think VR is like kind of in a niche within a niche-ish. It just doesn't have a lot of people in it. But I think Eternal Nights is going to be a game which over time is going to basically get a lot more attention on it, because it's very specific into satisfying the specific person that it's getting. Like, for instance, there could be a video game that is like Eternal Nights, which is like this dating sim beat 'em up, which is already like just not that many games in that category. So, but you're playing within the entire player base of Steam, essentially. Steam and maybe PS4 and maybe even Xbox. So you have a ton of like potential to eventually detonate. VR, you're in a less of a potential to detonate because the buy-in is like a specialized console, essentially, which is the headset. Now, it's really special and really cool. I think Arizona Sunshine will eventually make its way to PS5, so there's a bigger player base-ish there, but it's still a high buy-in. But anyways, I think that's why your video is going to pop off, and why I have had to get kind of like strangely creative with how we approach some videos. Like, dude, I made this video that I wasn't really sure about it. It was kind of like a really obscure idea, but I found this. Now, dude, Lone, you have no idea, Lone, how many times I wanted to tell you about this goddamn game that we were playing. I played this game like 3 weeks ago. It's that I'm not sure if you've seen it yet. It's okay if you haven't, but it's basically that VR in a dream, or a dream in VR. But anyways, I played this game, and it was like the most trippy experience in VR I've ever had, which was its intention. It was supposed to be like this. It's like you go to like, it reminded me very much of like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets like aliens, like Alien versus Predator aliens, you know. And yeah, it was like a weird aesthetic, but it was really interesting and cool, and it ended up being fun and not like terrifying dread. Although I did try to play into that because I had a lot of conceptions about how videos could work, given like storytelling, and how I've seen a bunch of patterns where certain people like nailed the money on a certain concept, and I don't think understood what they did. It was like this VR idea. I seen this video a couple months ago, where it was basically a really generalized title, such as what is it, Ottawa, or Ontario, or some sort of weird like country type thing. It said a 7-Eleven in Ontario, or some sort of weird, like you know it, but you don't know it, you know. And it had like a pistol glocking it or cocking it and then going into the 7-Eleven. So it implied a lot, had a lot of like points of interest in like, is this guy gonna go rob a 7-Eleven? Why is a 7-Eleven Ottawa important? That kind of thing. But anyways, as you watch the video, the dude does a masterful job. Not even, I think, in trying, because I've seen some of his other videos that are trying to like capture that same video's what it did, and he misses this aspect of it. But he perfectly plays into like this ambient horror, like whatever the game is trying to show you, whether it's like trying to make you feel dread, whether it's trying to make you feel excitement, whether it's trying to make you feel curiosity. He like leaned into it really well, to where it almost just made you as a viewer lean into it even more. And with some of his other videos, I don't think he really does that. I think he just thinks it's like a general title, which the general title helped, because it's just random Joe Schmo people who aren't even interested in Bone Lab or VR clicked on the video. which is a good insight too. But but it's the fact that I think he really sunk into the story of it that really hit it out of the park. Anyways, thank you for letting me ramble about VR and YouTube thingies. Thank you so much. Lone says, hello from Twitch. Hello from Lone from Twitch. And what's good, Panda? Says Lone. Lone says, my day is good, Grim. I dropped off some gifts at my best friend. She loved it and made me happy. Now I'm chilling, talking to you, Grim. Ooh, man, that is one of the things that's, oh, man. I have like 5 thoughts when I just read that one message as far as what that one thing is. So you gave a gift to a person that you cared about. Man, in that whole setup, that system, it's so interesting, man, and kind of frustrating in a way. Like, one of the easiest like remedy to what I'm thinking of is what happens when you give somebody a gift, and you, for whatever reason, perceive that they don't really like the gift. Maybe it's just they kind of like, oh, thanks, and they kind of just tuned out. Or if they're like, yeah, and they kind of like, you could just tell they're off. My friend's acting different. They're trying to hold back, probably saying something like maybe this wasn't for them. And that feeling feels shitty, like super shitty, where you're like, fuck, man, not only did I waste money, but I didn't even hit the mark. And, oh, it feels so bad. It feels so bad. Now, what that says to me, and I'm sure it says to you, is when somebody gets you anything, you say, oh my god, thank you so much, it's great. Just so, because yeah, it's about them, it's not about you. Okay? It's about making them feel good, because yeah, I think it's such an important thing. It's something my grandma used to always do, and I remember what she used to do in regards to applying it to everything, which I had no one I could really talk to about video games when I was a kid, and my grandma used to always feign interest, but she was so good about feigning interest. Like, she was good about pretending to good eye contact, asking good questions, trying to understand it, and was really nice about it. And it was awesome just to unload my interest in what people are I wasn't able to kind of give to people. I was able to do that. And the same thing can be said for receiving a gift or even giving a gift. To express how excited you are for them to see this gift and what your approach was, you explaining why you think they would like it, and why it could work for you or do something for you, all that kind of stuff. And then vice versa, if you're receiving a gift, to talk about how awesome it is, about how much you're going to use it, and all these weird things. There's things that you could signal that I'm acknowledging that this is valuable or interesting or exciting in some way. Because man, as soon as I heard about you getting excited from giving a gift or giving a gift, I think there are some people who are just genuinely really they love giving gifts. They're super selfless in that way, or that's the way maybe they were conditioned to receive love. It's they have a giver, a love. There's a type of love type person, but there's a person who gets a lot of fulfillment out of giving gifts to somebody, and that's the way they kind of show their love. And that could be a childhood rearing thing. But anyway, but then there are people who I think if I took that same person and I give them a bunch of negative reinforcement every single time they gave a gift, where a person was like, oh, thank you so much, I think it would ruin them as well. But I imagine Lone keeps good company, so I imagine this female friend is just lovely, and she's like, oh my god, and it's great. And it seems like if it's your best friend, you've known her for a long time, you probably know her enough to get her something damn good. So, but yeah. Anywho, it's already on PS5, Grim. Oh, Arizona's sure. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's more of the one thing. It could also be a chunk of it could also be words. Oh, the fact that you still have to spend $500 for the VR headset, the Sony headset, which the Sony headset I get. I'm not picking on them because they have eye tracking, okay, and I'm jealous. I keep seeing, what sucks, man? It's right when the Oculus Quest 3 came out, I was like, oh my god, super exciting. I see a lot of people gassing it up a ton, where they're these lenses, dude, they let you see so much clarity, and they let you see a little bit more FOV, and I was like, holy shit, these things I actually really care about. But then I held out for just enough time to where I seen 5 videos using eye tracking and explaining how good it is, and I was like, damn, dude, I can't. It's just so neat to me. The way that it only renders where your iris is looking, and the way that you could. There's just so many applications for that. I can't handle it. I just think it'd be real neat, especially like I've seen people who like even use the Apple Vision Pro, where you're using a VR headset and you're just like tapping your fingers while looking at whatever you want to click. Like that. That seems so good. Like the movement of my mouse is just my eyes. Like bah, 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 bah. That's wow. It's so cool. Also, what's good, Cloud? Cloud says, "Sup, Grim? What's good, Cloud? How are you? Hopefully you're doing good." Lone says, I gotta check that video out, Grim. I've been slack. No, it's all good, Lone. If anything, when you start to feel like you're slacking, maybe it's a good time to take a break from me, all right? Because you've been watching me for a long time. I don't want to like be. I'm gonna get boring. Also, I can't help, man, Lone. My one problem. I have many problems, but one of the dominant problems is I feel like with my videos, it's this constant battle of like, is it too long? Is it too long? Because to me, arguably nothing is too long, because as long as you like maintain interest or like maintain value or whatever, you can theoretically be fine. Like there's plenty of channels that like make 25-minute videos, and that's good. But yeah, but then there's that's if you can maintain interest, and I'm like, is it starting to get boring yet? And I can usually feel like something. But I'm also kind of like, yeah, but I don't want to throw this funny like little thing away, you know? I don't want to throw this mod that I reviewed that I thought was really fun away. Yeah, it's tough. Ooh, you start a new drawing though, says Lone. It's a Christmas themed. Ooh, it's Christmas themed. I can't wait to see what it is. Is it a cute elf girl or something else? Cloud says, I'm great. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Cloud, how is your holiday season going? I kind of asked you this yesterday, but we didn't have really the time to talk. How is it? Or do you celebrate? Are you guys doing anything special? Again, I'll say what I said at the beginning of the stream, which is I think most people are, I don't know, I've just noticed over the last couple of years, ever since COVID, more people are doing less things and being happy, basically. Less massive events, less going around and doing things. There was a moment where things spiked up and all that stuff. And I do think people still like, I don't know, go to a Taylor Swift concert or something, or go to like a convention or something. But these are like once a year events, you know, not like 5 days a week you're going to a concert or something, you know. But I find it's less with holidays, you know, especially with holidays. I don't know many people who. Well, no, some people go and like get some gifts for people, you know, or like, you know, go ice skating or something for Christmas. I think it also depends on where you're at. If you're like me, who's in Canada, where it is freezing cold, except for this year, yeah, you're probably chilling. You're probably like, let's relax. Okay, let's not. Yeah, it's cold. Let's not go outside. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Panda. Appreciate you. Tea was delicious. Thank you. Cloud says, for me, it's pretty boring. Just chilling with family and playing some games. How about you? But Cloud, would you want it any other way? Because what you just described to me is bliss, okay? Maybe there could be like one slight thing where I think it'd be neat if you had like, if you forced yourself to be semi-social every now and again, where you would like make a point every Christmas to go hang out with your friends for a day or some shit, like just bum around town. That maybe could be neat. But even still, it sounds pretty fire just to be like, hey man, it's the holidays, I'm tired, let me just chill for a hot minute. You know, that sounds nice. Blissful even. So did I put this on backwards? Because it feels like it's like this used to be a medium, and now it feels like it's a small. But as far as me though, I think you did ask. You were very sweet. I'm playing some. Oh no, wait. Pretty boring. With my family and playing some games. Ooh, what kind of games? What kind of games? Also, you said how about you? I'm doing nothing. In fact, to me, I feel like Christmas just kind of jumped at me, and I'm like, oh, it's 4 days away. Now it's 2 days away, and it still doesn't feel like it's 2 days away. My Christmas is a little early because family things. Because we have big family, and basically Christmas Eve is our Christmas. It's weird. But anyways, I'm more kind of like. Oof, man, right around this time, like, I can't really enjoy Christmas too much because because it's closing. It's coming to the end of the year. Why is he looking at the guy? What the fuck? Who's looking at that guy's bulge? What the heck? Hey, reviewer, relax, okay? This is Asgard's Wrath review right here. Anyways, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming to the end of the year, and at that point, my brain, I can't help but kind of be like, well, was this a developmental year? Yeah, it was. Did I reach like the goals I set? No, which is kind of like, all right, man. But man, I don't know. I think I got one hell of a guardian angel if something like that exists. Because right around this time, that's usually when those feelings really start to bog me down. Of like, oh, I should have done more. Am I behind? All of these things I know are bullshit. Like, they're not actually. You're not behind. You could die tomorrow. It's just a weird concept that we think this way. Or at least I think this way. But I have the feeling that some of you guys also, this feels true. Anyways, I actually would highly suggest a video by, I keep mentioning him. It's not that I'm like a fanboy, although I do find him, I've been watching him for a long time. It's just like one of those YouTubers I've been watching for a long time. I don't watch all of their stuff, but I've developed some sort of like rhythm and I care about them in a weird way. I'm not sure if you guys can relate. Anyways, but what do you call it? This YouTuber is named PewDiePie. I still think the biggest YouTube channel in the world because doesn't have a fucking team around him and all these things. But anyways, he made a video today which I would highly advise you guys watch if you guys want to see something that's just warm and just good advice. But he talks about basically like setting goals and what you can do and how you should look at goal setting and stuff like that. And it's stuff that we've all kind of maybe hopefully heard or had like a feeling that that's right but never have acted on. It's basically just one of them that I really found a lot of value from was basically him talking about how goals in general should not be about attaining an end thing. So it should not be about like, oh, I want to become rich, or oh, I want to buy this big house, or oh, I want to get this massive promotion at my job. It's not necessarily about the end goal. It's about the development of who you are. So the character that you are now. So, like, for me, I would have loved to have made the Mind Palace of Madness channel get more momentum, like have more viewership, have more growth, etc. But I also think I learned a lot of shit about editing this year. I also think I did a lot of this stuff in terms of actually development and progression in those things, to where that's plenty for me, you know? So it's that weird-ish kind of back and forth thing that I find fun and interesting in a weird way. But that's a good way to look at it. Sorry, that was the point of the video. It's like it's about, did you improve and did you make steps to become the person that is better than prior? And if it is, then good. Like, you're on the right track. That should be plenty enough to fill you. You shouldn't need this thing. And oftentimes, if you ever do get this thing, it oftentimes doesn't feel like what you think it's gonna feel like. You know, I can say that I have this gaming PC, which I've like had this idea in my head of how cool it would be for a while. Oh, thank you, Yondo, for suffering. But yeah, I don't know. It's I got this PC and I love it. I'm enjoying it, but it wasn't like what I thought it would be. Like I suffered and I struggled through like piecing it together, and I was confused and I was lost. I kept having to change and like figure out what to do. And it was kind of like a grueling process, but I just kept pace, and I eventually got there. But the getting it, like, it's been a week. Like, after you have it for a week, you're kind of like, okay, it's awesome, it's enabling a lot, but it's not like this, like, oh. But what was these slow and methodical, just boop, 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 you know, that eventually made you feel like, hey, I'm learning, I'm improving. And that felt good. Anyways, random stuff aside, yeah. Cloud says, I'm playing Minecraft, so yeah, a little old, but still go. Yeah, I was gonna say, Cloud, that's a banger right there. That one I still have yet to play, and I cannot wait to play in VR. I think it'd be really cool to play it in VR with like because VR just, especially if I can get like some anti-aliasing, like God rays or something, that's just gonna be fire. Or like you're walking and you just see like a beautiful vista of like light streaks peering in, and you're like, oh God, oh, I moved, you know. Lone says, I got her Nier Automata for the Switch, a game I love, and we normally like the same things, so I wanted to share the experience with her. Ooh, okay, that's awesome. That's hilarious. You gotta let me know how it goes, because Nier Automata, I feel like starts off with like, okay, Android lady looking all kinds of Jesus. Jesus Christ. But then they introduce like this soft brother boy guy. And you're kind of like, okay, this could be for the ladies as well. Like the Japanese artists always know how to be like, hey, yes. Yes. Okay. Also, Lone, do you have that gameplay of Nightingale? If you want, did you Discord message me or something? I'll go pull it up if that's the case. But yeah, by the way, guys, this is the game that I think we're gonna stream after we beat the one game. What is it called? Arizona Sunshine 2. And this game will probably take a month to beat, though. This one is like bona fide the longest. It's literally touted as being like one of the longest VR experiences ever made. It is like an RPG-like experience. Which was for PC, so we could get all the yummy graphics, but no. But instead, it's standalone, and it's going to be quite a delay on the stream. Sorry. Nightmare. Nightmare hell, all that. Yeah. I'm not sick of you yet, Grin. Just been doing art things. I know, but I'm just saying, like, hey, you know how like we all go through phases? Like, I go through some phases of the anime. I love me anime a lot. But every now and again, when I start to feel like, hey, it kind of started to feel like work, I'm not really connecting with stuff anymore, I don't want to not enjoy anime. So instead, I'm going to go and watch an actual TV show and then realize, man, anime's fire. But anyways, I go watch an actual TV show and I'm like, this is okay.